In this video here, we're going to be talking about how another government shutdown could be detrimental to a lot of people, especially our children moving forward. We're going to talk about how we can actually lead through this situation in this season. I'm going to show you guys a little clip of myself and Dr. Coleman as we talked about it on Newsmax TV this morning. This is January 8th, 2022. Happy New Year to everybody. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Kennith Allen Thomas, leadership coach, the Dancing Dad on Instagram and TikTok. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me there. But make sure you guys go ahead and like, subscribe to this video and everything right here, right now. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a clip of what we're talking about here, and we're going to figure out what are the best tips and tools and ways that we can actually lead through this situation right here. Here we go.
Even the idea of remote learning is being thrown back, in the idea pool right now.
Yeah, I think like 4,500 schools went to remote learning last week. You mentioned something about, consistency. I have kids, so I know how important it is, but they crave routine and consistency. And then also that interaction, right? By not being able to go to sports or not being able to see their friends. I mean, how detrimental is that to them?
This is truly important for their own social emotional development. The fact that they have routine and the fact that they're able to socialize and have friends. I mean, this is really a pinnacle point of learning in anybody's life, is their childhood. And these are the moments that really contribute to children and adolescents becoming productive members of society later on in adulthood. And as you mentioned, children need stability and they need routine. As you mentioned, they crave it. And what's happening is we're throwing kids in school, we're pulling them out, we're putting them back in, we're pulling them back out. And it's creating this incredible instability and confusion. And so, of course, we're going to see more acting out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know my kids alone. We were waiting on Sunday just to know if they were going back to school. I want to welcome in leadership coach Kennith Allen Thomas. Kenneth, welcome to the show again. So you're a leadership coach. What are you telling parents on how they can help their children here? Because it's a struggle for parents as well, because I know some parents have to take time off. They're seeing things. Some of my friends have tried to even get help for their kids, and they can't even find a counselor because mental health experts are so booked.
Yeah, so transparency is key in preparation. The first thing is, of course, is the mindset. What is that mindset going to be like? How is that mindset going to be looking moving forward, right? There's an analogy where, this storm is going to hit us all at the end of the day. There's one man that built his house on a rock. Another man built his house on the sand. The reality is that the storm is going to hit everybody, okay? But the one that has their house built up on the rock, they have a strong foundation. So building that strong foundation mentally, spiritually, emotionally is key, because the one that got hit with the sand, that house pretty much fell through once that storm hit. So to normalize this thing, we're all getting hit by this pretty big storm here. But we have to start building a foundation mentally and building that mindset mentally on top of a strong foundation, which is that rock. So what is that rock going to be? How are we going to move forward with that? So building a strong faith, I always tell people that once you have that faith in you, you can push forward. And through my own storms, we've been able to do it.
Yeah, something, Kenneth, you always talk about is not looking.
All right, so here's the deal, guys. I just honestly feel that in the era of what we're facing, what we're looking at, what is the best way to lead our families? What is the best way to lead our communities? What's the best way to lead our businesses? What's the best way to lead at our jobs, right? What are some of the best ways to do that? And the reality is that we don't really know. We don't know what the best way is, but what we do know is that we need each other. What we do know is that we need community. What we do know is that we have to do this together. We can't do it alone. It's impossible for us to do this thing alone. It's impossible for us to stay away. I'll give you guys a little story really quick. My daughter was just fighting COVID-19, and my wife and my daughter had to be in the hospital secluded for, I think it was somewhere around 6 days or so. And what that does to a person's immunity system, it starts to begin to shut down, especially if you're not allowed to leave a room, if you're not allowed to go outside, if you're not allowed to actually commune and be with other people for 5 days straight and be in just pretty much like solitary confinement in a sense, right? I get it. I understand the fact that we are have to be isolated for certain things for safety. Totally understandable. Totally get it. Whether you're vax, unvax, that's not my thing or whatever, right? I'm with everyone on this, okay? Whatever decision you make is the decision that you make, okay? But at the same time, when it comes to community, when it comes to family, when it comes to gathering, when it comes to being together, right? Obviously, we have to move cautiously. we have to move with wisdom. Okay. Now there has to be a better way for those parents that are that have to be isolated as well too. I'm only using this example from a personal standpoint because right now, even my wife, her body is not the strongest that she would like it to be, especially coming out of 5 days, 6 days inside of a hospital room, and you weren't allowed to see daylight. You weren't allowed to walk outside. You weren't allowed to get some fresh air, some fresh oxygen in your bloodstream, in your body, in your mindset, so that you continue to function throughout the day, and your body is still, you know, immune to certain things. But being trapped inside of a room is just not the way to go. Now imagine what that's going to do to other kids and teachers and parents if we have another shutdown. Now I'm not saying that that we should or shouldn't, okay? But what I am saying is that we have to make sure that the decision that we make benefits everyone. And I mean everyone. Now, is it going to benefit everyone? I don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is that at the end of the day, the storm is hitting us all. At the end of the day, we have to build our faith and we have to build trust on a firm foundation. If we build on a firm foundation, if we build on top of a rock and not on sand, I'm telling you, we are going to weather this storm and we are going to get through no matter what. Why? Because we built a rock on a strong foundation. That's just my 2 cents. That's my word. Kennith Allen Thomas here. Listen, if you like this video, if you want more of it, go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comments. What should we do? What do you guys think? Let me know, and then we'll discuss it as well too right here on the Kennith Allen Thomas channel. All right, check y'all later. Peace. Remember, when we change the mind, we change the game.